The views or opinions expressed in this presentation are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Westman Communications Group or its employees.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the
I'm never letting you forget
the
that
KC Chronicles. I messed up the intro, but that's okay. I am your host, Cullen, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Kenzie.
Hello.
Who's tired today?
I'm very tired, guys. It's early.
It's early in the morning, and there was a storm last night, and it kept both of us up.
Yeah, I'm sure it woke me up at like 6.
I woke up like 2 separate times because of it.
Well, my roommate went to leave, so I heard the door, and then I heard the thunder, and I was like, I'm not going back to sleep, am I?
No. Well, yeah, when I woke up and I heard because I woke up and I kind of woke up like mid-thunder, and then when there was like a beat of silence, and I'm like, what was that? And then I heard this giant boom outside, and I thought, oh, is World War III starting? And I'm this unprepared for it.
World War III.
Yeah, woo!
You're just going to go out guns a-blazing even though you don't have any guns.
Oh, you should see me. When the apocalypse happens, I am going to be like Rambo. Like, I'm going to have like, like clothing tied around my head. I'm going to have like barely any clothes on. I'm going to be running out there with like a machete, like ready to, I'm going to win the apocalypse.
Do you have a machete?
I'll find one. I have a katana.
Okay, I have a question then.
Yo,
another day, maybe we should do an episode about the apocalypse and what we think and when it's gonna happen.
Oh, that would
I
be
feel like
so
that
much
would be
fun,
fun.
actually.
Okay, maybe next episode we'll talk about the apocalypse. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Stay tuned.
For the apocalypse.
Apocalypse episode coming soon.
We can talk strategy and
like how to be a doomsday prepper.
Yep.
Would you say that you're a doomsday prepper, or are you like a doomsday denier?
I'm probably a prepper.
You're a prepper.
If I know about it, I'm gonna be prepped. If I don't, then I'm done for.
Well, no, like prep means that like you're ready for it anytime, any day.
What? Yeah.
Even though like
the
you
world
don't know
can end, I don't care.
Now that's not a good attitude to have on this great podcast.
I lived long enough. It's fine.
You're like 19. You've lived long enough.
That's too many years.
That's too many years.
I thought the world was gonna end back in 2012. So.
Well, okay. It wasn't going to end. There was just going to be a solar flare that would have knocked out all of our electricity and technology for a couple of years. That's not well, that'd be world ending to a lot of Gen Z and millennials.
Oh, I don't care. I could have gone without internet.
We all could have. We should have. The solar flare should have happened. We're getting off topic today.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back another day and do the apocalypse and talk about doomsday.
We're going to talk about that. So if that sounds like your jazz, then
that might be the next episode next week.
That might be the next episode.
Okay. So if you or anyone you're in, oh my God.
I'm not gonna let you forget about that either.
I was gonna say if you or anyone you're interested in, but that just does not work. If you or anyone you know is interested in doing a podcast with us or here in the studio, you can email us at WCGTV@westmancom.com. And that was really fast, and I don't think I've ever done it that fast, but big brain power for a sleepy person.
We want. Send us fan mail too.
Please do.
We should have a fan mail time where you just send us letters and
we'll read them on camera.
Well, depends on what they say. Depends on what they say. We might have to cut the episode, but
not allowed to air it.
No.
You want to introduce why we're here today?
I don't even know why we're here today. We kind of just woke up. Yeah, we kind of just woke up this morning. It was too early. We had no sleep, and we thought, when that happens, what should you do?
Let's do a podcast.
Because that is where we are low energy. But that's where we become manic, right? Or I become manic anyway. I don't know about you, but you look like you're about ready to have a nap over there.
Yeah,
So.
I woke up and then it stopped thundering. So then I went back to sleep for like 50 minutes, and it was not enough.
It was not enough.
It was not. I almost contemplated texting you and being like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing it today." But then here we are.
But you didn't bail.
I didn't bail.
I had to bail last week, actually. That's
a
slight fun fact no one knew
because we were supposed to do it Friday, and then he bailed on me.
Because I was sick.
Well, don't be sick.
Do I know all the symptoms I had last week?
I don't care.
I wrote everything down. Do you want to know?
Okay, we can talk about this later.
Okay,
we need to get into our topic today.
Yes. So, because we were supposed to do this last week, in the thick of what we're going to talk about, this is kind of after the fact, but we can still talk about it anyway. We're going to be talking about the summer fair. And fairs just in general, because we just had the summer fair this past weekend.
Yeah.
We're taping this on June
It's
12th,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, June 12th.
And it ended on Sunday. It went from last Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah, so we were supposed to do a podcast like right in the middle of it, but too bad, so sad.
And WCGTV filmed the concerts Friday and Saturday night for sure. Thursday night, I think, too.
I didn't film any of it. I was...
Yeah, you suck. I did.
I just didn't film any of it.
Yeah, well...
You guys had to. I didn't.
I know.
I'm busy at my computer.
Bad.
Right.
Okay, that's actually the thing. Friday, I filmed Fridays. The first two bands were like, meh. But then we had the Clubbing Fraggles last, and we were having a party.
You gotta watch what you say. They might be watching this.
No, like, we had a party with the Clubbing Fraggles. They did a Taylor Swift cover, and it was great. It was amazing. It was great. I don't know. It's just like they were my vibe, I guess.
A Taylor Swift party.
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, yeah, so we had the fair last weekend, and it was...
Did it, like, rain on any of those days? I'm really forgetting.
Oh, actually, okay, Friday, we were filming the concerts, and we had, like, two, like, really quick downpours of rain, so we had to, like, move the camera under the music, like, under the audio tent. There was not a lot of rain there.
Actually, you want to know a fun fact? Speaking of that, this is related to the rain that happened. Because I was sick that day, I stayed home. I worked from home that day, and... I was home alone the entire day, and so kind of like you just made a Home Alone joke, right? Yeah, funny, hilarious. So I was home alone all day, and I was like, hey, you know what? Despite the feeling sick, I gotta have a good meal. So I made I made chicken breast. I made good food, okay, and when I finished making the food, I was sitting in the dining room, I was eating. And when that downpour started, I had the window open in the kitchen. So the rain didn't come in like in the house, but I could hear like the aggressive downpour. I didn't because I was so out of it, I didn't like clock that it was the rain. I thought like the kitchen was on fire. Like I thought I had left an element on or that I left the oven on. So I like panicked, yelled many expletives, and ran into the kitchen expecting like
a fire,
a blazing inferno. And then I just ran outside. I'm like, oh, it's raining. The opposite of fire.
Raining.
It's water.
Anyway, well, if it was on fire, you might have been okay, you know.
Well, depending.
Unless the rain wasn't going in the house, then you would be done.
I ran into my kitchen, and both my cats were sitting there looking kind of shook because I just ran in there like the Terminator, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Who did it? Who did it? Who set the kitchen on fire?" Probably me, but anyway.
But yeah, it was like crazy. We were trying to film, and then it was just like downpouring. So we had to like really quickly pick up the cameras and go under, and there was like no room. So we were just like, oh, okay, this is a very tight fit. Anyway, so then we were fine for a little bit. And then not even like 10, 20 minutes later, it started doing it again. And I was like, no way. But this time I could predict it because I saw it because we were on the far side. I saw it right in front of the Keystone by the Ferris wheel, and I was like, okay, we are moved, because we moved the cameras back out because I thought it was fine. And then I was like, oh, no, we're picking them up, and we're moving them again. And then we just kind of filmed the rest from under the tent because I was scared it was going to start raining again.
Fair enough.
And I was like, I don't want to wreck any equipment.
Oh, yeah. I was going to try and go to the summer fair, but again, my illness kept me away from the fair this year. But I always enjoy going to the summer fair. It's always fun. It's always the place where I don't feel guilty spending a lot of money. Because you sometimes have to kind of spend a pretty penny
there
to get the tickets. Understandable.
Oh, my God.
But I'm trying to think. I think the first thing that we should say, because it's usually it comes up pretty quickly when it comes to fair conversations. What's the most like extreme ride you've ridden at a fair? It doesn't have to be like the Brandon Summer Fair, just a summer fair in general. But what's the most like extreme, crazy ride you've ever been on?
Not at a fair, but at the West Edmonton Mall. There's a roller coaster there, and it was fine, and it's a 4-car seat, and it just like goes, and it's very like loopy. But what I didn't know was that the car also spins.
Oh,
so you're spinning like this while you're going, and it was.
That would make me so dizzy.
I was holding my glasses on for dear life because my glasses were about to fly off. I was like, there's like a picture of me somewhere going. Like it was so bad.
You probably like looked like Kevin from Home Alone, like doing this.
Probably.
Yeah.
What about you?
At the Brandon Summer Fair, see, I'm not a person that actually rides a lot of during rides. That's never been me.
Oh yeah,
but
no, I don't like heights, so.
I have a love-hate relationship with heights. I don't know why or how. It's like some days I'm fine with it, some days I'm like, oh God, no. But I think the most extreme one I've been on is the Mega Drop.
I've also been on that, but it's
I've been
not
on that
terrible.
Twice. The first time I did it, I don't even know how I actually had the bravery for this in retrospect. I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I was like just tall enough to go on the ride. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And my mom was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do this? Like, you are going up. Because from the ground and you look up, it doesn't look that high up. Like, it doesn't look that bad. So I wait in line. It was a long lineup. I finally get to the front and I'm like, okay. I still had surge of confidence and adrenaline. I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. I sit down. We start going up and I'm like, oh, this is like great view of Brandon, great view of the fair. And then you start getting higher and higher up and I'm like, okay, this is getting a bit uncomfortable. Okay, we're going a bit too high up in the air. I kind of misjudged the how high up you go. And then you go up at the top and you freeze.
And you're sitting there
and I'm like, okay, now what? And you just wait there. Well, then, and you're waiting, and I could swear I heard like a click, and nothing happened. And I'm like, is it broken? Did I break the ride?
Did you break the ride?
Is my harness incorrectly in case I fall like to my inevitable death? And then, like, right when you least expect it, it's just waiting, vroom, and you just fly down at the speed of light. My mom made the joke saying that because I drew a blank and my mind and I just blacked out when it happened because I was like so dreading the anticipation of when you were gonna drop. My mom said that when she came, like she saw me like drop back down, my eyes were like this big, and I was just like,
yeah,
like I was having an episode, and she was like, you look like you were like having an episode of something, and yeah,
that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then the second time was a couple years later. I somehow convinced my mom to go on the ride. Someone who doesn't like heights.
Yeah, I was like,
she was screaming the entire time because I had done this before. I had a big smile across my face the entire time. I'm like, I've done this before. This is fine.
Was it fine?
No, seriously, it was. Because I was just entertained by her screaming and being like, oh my bleep, we're so high up, bleep, bleep, bleep. And
you're having some voice cracks today. I'm sorry.
It's
really
first thing in the morning.
It's really
It's so early. But yeah, so those 2 times of going at the fair, that was probably the most daring I've ever been. And I haven't been that daring since because I value life.
This is literally, okay. I also kind of have a love-hate relationship with heights. Some days I'm perfectly fine and it's fine, but I was not on Saturday. And we went on the Ferris wheel and it was fine when it like is continuing going. But when you're slowly like waiting for the carts to fill up, and you're like at the top waiting for the carts.
You find that terrifying?
I don't like it.
That's fine. The Ferris wheel, just...
And then I went on with my boyfriend, and he was just like, so we were sitting across from each other, but then we wanted to get a picture together. So he was like jumping across so we could get a picture together.
So he swung
like,
the whole thing.
It was like, and I was like, no, absolutely not.
You sit back over there.
I was like, get over. I literally... In the picture, hold on, I'll show you. In the picture, you can see I have a death grip on the handle in the middle. It's not even funny. Like, literally.
Yeah. No, I like the Ferris wheel.
Literally death grip.
You're smiling through the pain. I can tell you're just like...
I'm just like, this is scary. Help.
That's funny. Yeah, you know, I will say I have never, ever been on some of those rides where I really question people's sanity going on that, like the Fireball, the loop-de-loop roller coaster, or the Mach 3.
Oh my god, that one's terrifying.
That one, whose idea was to invent the Mach 3? I need to have a conversation with you. Also, the zipper. That one is just vomit-inducing central.
What's the zipper again?
It's the one where it shakes side to side, and like you're in the carriages that kind of go up and down like this, and they like spin aggressively. So you're just doing so many flips and spins and turns. That's what I remember. It's been a while. And then the daddy of all the I question your sanity is the slingshot.
Yeah, that one.
When you're in that little ball and you go, thank God. And I'm like, oh Lord. If you have to sign a waiver to go on a ride, it should be banned. You shouldn't go on a ride where you have to say, okay, if I die, you're not liable for it.
The slingshot kind of reminds me of, like, have you ever been to the Science Center?
In what city?
Saskatchewan, Regina.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have.
The Science Center, there's that, like, big ball contraption, and it's, like, spins you in circles. It's like a gravity thing. Am I the only one who knows that? It's okay. I went like 2 years ago.
No, I haven't been there in like 7 years, so I don't know.
But it's got like this ball thing, and it's just like, it's so weird, and it's kind of like freaky because you go upside down, and it's like.
Okay, well, I don't know about upside down, but I remember at the fair, one of my favorites was the Gravitron.
Oh, in that
Like,
big
yeah, like where
space saucer thing
Yeah,
where
yeah, and it
there's
just
like
spins around.
the pads on the wall,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
and
don't
you
get
just- and
any
you
like
fly-
seatbelts or anything. You're just sitting there
That one
laying
is
on the
my
wall.
that one is my favorite. There are times where I kind of broke the rules a little bit when I was younger, and I would do like these crazy poses because I'm like, I'm sideways.
Okay, but like actually though, when you're when it goes up and you're like your face just feels so heavy, it's terrifying.
I love it.
Like it's fun, but
It's
at the same
so
time,
funny.
at the same time, it feels like my skin is being pulled back, like towards the wall. And
That
I'm just
is
like,
true.
I like my skin the way it is. Can we not stretch it out? Police.
That is true, but it doesn't bother me. That ride I just find so funny. I'm trying to think of some of my other favorite rides. Honestly, one of my all-time favorites, just because it's always good vibes, is the like the swing ride where you sit.
I was
in, like,
about to say the swings.
yeah, like the swing, and you go up and you just swing around. That one's fun.
It's like no, never mind. Just the way you said swing, I was thinking of Ring Around the Rosie for some reason, and I don't even know why.
The ride or
No, just Ring Around the Rosie. I'm gonna sing that next time I'm on the ride.
How was that?
I don't know.
It's
You
not
just
related to the fair.
the way you said swing, it just
my
sounded
God.
like you were about to say Ring Around the Rosie, and I was like, okay. It's too early for us to be doing
It's too
this
early for us.
together.
As you can tell, we are so bent out of shape. but-
One of my favorite rides is like that big boat that swings back and forth.
Oh yeah, like
know what
the,
I'm talking about?
Is
Like-
it the Ferris?
Yeah, it's called the Pharaoh something.
Yeah, the Pharaoh ship, something like that.
Yeah.
That one's fun.
It is fun.
See, here's the thing. A lot of the kid rides I never went on. Because when I was a kid and I wanted to go on like all the big kid rides. I was like, I don't want to go on these small little puny.
I like the carousel, and I still like the carousel as an
Oh,
adult.
I've been on the carousel. I'm too big. See, here's the thing. I haven't been to the fair in like
In a
several
while.
years. Like I think the last time I went was pre-COVID. I think if I remember
If you
correctly.
remember correctly, yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Last time I went as like a patron was before COVID, aka before I got like super duper tall. So I wonder
Super
like
duper duper doll. At least you can ride every ride.
yeah, that's true. I can ride every ride, but there's a lot of rides I now can't ride because I'm too big for it and probably
Okay.
too old for it. But
I'm
actually,
never too old.
if I tried to go on like one of those little kid rides, they would look at me and be
Just
like,
do it.
"No, you're not going."
Just say I'm a really big kid.
Like they would believe that.
Am I?
You could pull that off because you're like about
Actually-
4'2".
Actually, this is funny. Me and Carson were talking about this on Friday, and I was like, "What do you think it would take for me to for them to let me ride a ride for free?" I was like, "Do you think they would believe I'm a kid and I could just go on the ride for free?" And I wasn't brave enough to try it, but Carson's like, "I think you can get away with it." And I was like, "Maybe."
Yeah, I filmed a Your Town Today episode with Frank last year,
Mm-hmm.
and we went on several different rides, and we got to like literally budge lines and go on rides for free because we were TV. So
That's cool. We should do that next year, actually.
abuse of authority.
Yep.
Nice.
So we
I
can
like
go on
it.
rides and we can get good shots of us on the rides.
You know
Come on.
what? Yeah, you know what? That's the one thing actually that reminded me. There's one ride. It's actually not even a ride. It's more like I don't even know what it is. You know the one? I don't even know if it was there this year, but it's the giant pool of water, and you're in like those giant inflatable plastic
yeah.
balls, and you just like flail around.
Yeah.
That one is so much fun. Like ones like that where you can just hurt yourself practically from having too much fun is like amazing.
That's
I
true.
love it. So you
That's
just be so daring. I tried to do flips. I would like I would try and run as fast as I can without falling.
See, it would be fine, but then if it's like, I don't know, sometimes in like that side of a space, I would just like have a panic attack, and then I would actually probably die. And I don't really want to die.
Didn't you just say like how many minutes ago? We're talking about less than 20 minutes ago. You just said I would welcome World War III. I've lived a good life.
That's different. I don't want to die by water balls.
Kenzie is contradicting
I'm
herself.
just, guys, I'm not awake enough to not do that today, okay? So leave it alone. What else about this over? The food. What is your absolute favorite food at the fair?
If you would have asked me this question like more than 5 years ago, I would have said mini donuts, but I don't do mini donuts anymore. I've had a bad experience. I ate mini donuts once, and it threw me into. I didn't go to the hospital, but I might as well should have, because I don't know what was in those mini donuts, but I don't do mini donuts anymore. I've now have shunned them.
Okay, so what is your favorite then?
Honestly, as normal as it sounds, pizza. Just I like the pizza.
Actually, I had pizza there on Thursday. Or not, oh my God, Saturday.
Was it mid?
It was cold. It was kind of cold and nasty, and I was like, what? And then my boyfriend got pepperoni, and they didn't have any pepperoni, and they were just making it. So he got a fresh slice of pizza, and mine was cold. And I was like,
well, did you share? Or did he share?
No, he was mad at me for getting ham and pineapple. So I wasn't
okay.
allowed.
You know what? We're going to take a slight deviation for the record. Ham and pineapple. Yeah, this is another episode of College Rants. Ham and pineapple is okay.
Thank you.
Because you think that, oh, Italians don't like it. I don't care.
It's good.
I don't care if a country... Italy has not copyrighted pizza. They have no saying in what goes on or off pizza. If you want to judge what I put on my pizza, you are no better than people that deserve to go into AG double hockey sticks. Okay? Ham and pineapple is good. Pineapple gives a nice sweet flavor, especially when the pineapple like has a bit of like not chewy to it, but like it has a bit of, I don't know, it has a bit of a bite to it. It adds a nice sweetness. It kind of cuts down maybe some of the richness that comes from the actual pizza ingredients itself. You get your protein from your ham, okay?
And you get your
it's
fruit.
good. If you don't like it, fine. You know what? If you've tried it and you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to like it.
But don't hate on people who do.
But don't hate on people who do, okay? I could say a lot of things about you putting mushrooms on pizza or anchovies, but I'm not gonna, but don't come at me because I just want to have some pineapple on my pizza. So anyways, so but with the
that was great. That was so good.
Okay, so
but I agree.
Okay, so basically, with the summer fair, the one thing that I always like to do, because I like
how we were talking about your favorite foods and I didn't even get to talk about mine.
Oh, I'm
wow,
sorry.
Rude.
Favorite food. Sorry.
I was gonna say mini donuts anyway.
Oh no,
They're so good. Okay, no, actually,
they are good though.
I had some on Saturday. We got the cinnamon sugar ones, and they were so fresh and so good. And then we didn't eat them all that night, so he sent them to work with me the next morning, and they were my breakfast. They were so good.
See,
and the lemonade.
Yeah. Oh yes, lemonade is really good. Fair lemonade for some reason is like
just
10 times better than like making it fresh or from a grocery store.
The spot.
I don't know. I don't know if it's something they do with the lemons or the amount of sugar they dump in it. I don't know why it's like 10 times better. Actually, you know what? This isn't summer fair related, but it has fair in the name, so I'm going to use this vague, broad title. If you want to talk about like favorite fair food, my honest favorite fair food nowadays, it's kind of cheating because it's from the winter fair here in Brandon. Pulled pork pierogies.
Oh.
Okay. So basically, it's like if you haven't had it, have it next year if it comes back. But it's like 4 or 5 pierogies with delicious pulled pork and a big clump of sour cream on top. It is so good. Last year when I was still at ACC, because my
Practicum?
elective, that was the word, was unscripted video. So because of that, a lot of live events. So, me and my classmate Zach, we were kind of the heads of the fair. So I was like, I was there every single day, like all day. I worked a bunch of the evening shows. So I practically lived at the fair for an entire week. I think I had pulled pork pierogies like 4 or 5 times. I spent so much money on just that same thing again and again.
I also have to say beaver tails. I love beaver tails.
Too many beaver tails, but they are good though. Like it's a great concept.
At the winter fair, when we were working and we were in the radio booth in the Manitoba room, maybe. Yeah. But there was the beaver tails truck, and I was like, I'm not sitting here for like 3 hours and not getting a beaver tail. I wanted one from the summer fair, but we didn't have time. It was really sad. But like anytime I see beaver tails, I'm like running because I love beaver tails.
Yeah. Well, actually, one thing I wanted to add about the mini donuts, I think that's maybe why I had the bad experience with the mini donuts, because I had it at a sports game, and it was like right at the end of the sports game, so the mini donuts were stale.
Yeah.
So
you want them fresh.
Yeah, like fresh mini donuts where they kind of have, where they're kind of.
I watched them make them in
where
front of
they're
me.
nice and like
so,
soft, you know, like.
Yeah, and I watched them make them in front of me.
Yeah, that's
So.
pretty good. So we talked about food, but actually, really quick before we segue, actually, I wanted to ask you because I brought up elective. Since you're going into your second year of ACC, what elective are you doing?
I'm actually taking 2. I'm taking live multicam and photography.
Good choice. I did live multicam.
Yeah.
I sorry, unscripted video. No, that was the regular
That's the
class
regular,
thing.
yeah.
Sorry, live multicam. Good choice. That's what I took.
yeah.
So you might be the head honcho of the fair next
There's
year.
gonna be 2 of us actually.
Nice.
Because I know for sure
That's
it's
easier.
me and Connor doing it.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody else is doing live multicam, but I know for sure we're the 2 main ones doing it. And then I took photography as well. It's extra money, but it doesn't clash
It's fun,
with
though.
my schedule. So
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
No, that's awesome. And well, yeah, like with live multicam, assuming it's similar to what I
Mm-hmm.
did, you're gonna run all the volleyball games. You're gonna be like the head honcho of the fair and Westman this week.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like one
That's
of
what
the
Katrina
leaders.
did.
Yeah. So you're gonna have a full plate because you're gonna be like running around with your head cut off
That's
sometimes.
perfectly fine. I'm
But
okay with that.
It's gonna be fun. Anyway,
good.
we're gonna do a segue because we
At the fair.
at the fair. Now, if I can get the laptop to turn. Oh shoot, what's the password? Sorry, why don't you segue it?
Okay, so at the fair, I somehow so I was working Friday, and Kevin, one of our volunteers, comes up to me, and he's filming, so we were just talking, and he somehow convinced me to get hypnotized. Don't know how I got talked into it. I couldn't tell you, but I haven't seen the footage. Cullen hasn't seen the footage.
No, I have not seen this. So we don't know how long this is going to last. So I want to give plenty of time for this because
Yeah, it was a little. It kind of it kind of half worked on me. I just felt like I was sleeping on the stage, and then I felt like I was going in a circle. Like my chair was spinning in a circle the entire time. Is what it felt like, but I wasn't even moving.
right.
But like I didn't really feel cold, which is what he was trying to do in the thing.
Oh, right.
Like I didn't feel that. We will insert the video for you guys to see, but
Yeah.
we have it on the laptop, and we're gonna
live react to it
because
and-
neither of us have seen it.
Yeah, and we're gonna put the good video and the good audio kind of at the bottom of your screen, so you can see it more properly. And this is editing notes for Cullen, for future Cullen post production. The raw unedited clip starts at 10:45. I just want to, just so I know where it starts, so everything lines up.
gosh.
So the hypnotist hopefully hypnotizes Kenzie.
Still don't understand how I got talked into this.
Really excited to see this because I heard about this and I was like, okay. And I think one of us brought up saying we have to react to it because it's going to be
Actually,
really
it was
fun.
Kevin's idea, and then I brought it up to you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Kenzie gets hypnotized in 3, 2, 1.
Here's what we're gonna do. The older people. So let's say
The older people.
18 and older. If you want to participate, we're gonna fill these.
Oh, his rule was you had to be over 10 and under 100. I tried to get out of it, and I told them I was born in 1005, and they said no.
To work with the rest of you in the
Nice.
crowd. I'll give you a minute. Come up, fill these chairs. Leave all your personal items in the audience. Come on up, grab a chair.
Ooh.
It's party.
Party rock.
Cullen's just having a party over here. Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Oh, no.
You give a feast to this.
They just zoomed in on me, and I look so ratchet in this. Oh, my God.
It looks so ratchet.
That looks so bad. Nobody judge how I look here. People were filming me.
I'm gonna judge you. Let's go. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody
I just look so
have
lost.
a good time. There we go. I probably shouldn't sing it, but we don't want to cut copyright issues. But
We're on TV.
oh, look at that! Whoa.
There's a guy beside me, just chilling.
Does this go on for a while, or does he? When does he come to you? Actually, is he
He does it like as a group,
as a group? Okay.
12 years of age and older.
but like it, you can probably fast forward a little bit because it's mostly until
Like maybe if I jump around here.
like try that.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to 1647.
Don't poke 'em, don't pull their hair, don't. Hey, Bill, are you in there?
Oh, this is just the rules. If
Oh,
someone
these are
in
the
the
rules.
audience got hypnotized, you can't, and they like fall asleep and go slump, you can't wake them up. Like he has to come around and wake them up.
Oh, okay.
You guys ready?
Here we go.
Turn your hand around. That looks much Thank you very much. Okay, good. You too, sir. Right to the back. Now flip the camera out so don't whack anybody in the eyeball. All right. Nothing breakable. Everybody's good. All right.
Nothing breakable. I was wearing a mic.
You people on stage, are there any questions about what
It got like
we're
dark
doing
in
or
there.
how we're
Holy
doing
smokes.
things?
I didn't know that.
There would be. Yes, sir.
Well, I did,
You're
but
being
like,
hypnotized.
Sorry?
sure. Are you gonna puke?
I hope not.
I hope not.
I'm not going to lie to you. We've had people puke. We've had people poop. We've had people deliver babies on stage. So
Okay, he's spreading misinformation.
31 years, but I think you're going to be fine, sunshine. I promise.
Kevin just zoomed in a lot on your face. Just get your live reaction. You look skeptical.
I was talking to Kevin. I was like, what did I get talked into? And that's Travis's camera.
Someone's leg fell off, and I've never seen a leg fall off in my life, but
Huh?
he picked up his leg and put it on his shoulder, and he was still dancing away. I had a hard
I don't want to know. I don't
He
want to
is
know.
telling some stories.
I have to ask, right? So good question. No, you're going to be perfectly fine, I promise.
Are you sure?
Before we begin, with you guys specifically,
I doubt it.
Come up here and been brave and said, let's get this done.
Been brief. Said, let's get this done. I got voluntold.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding.
I didn't get yours.
Well, guess what? It's going to happen now, my friend. All right. Here we go. Feet flat, throw me on the floor, hands by your laps. Sit back, relax, close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. I want you to do this just to calm down for a couple seconds. Don't worry about the people
Were you
out
calm?
there. Don't worry about the person beside
I was nervous
you. Might smell good.
because I wasn't sure what it was gonna feel like. And then you'll see in the video, but he does this thing where he like locks your hands together and then locks your eyes shut. So like he tries to tell you to take them apart. See, that's what's on there
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, jeez.
But you can't like
Allow yourself to relax.
at all.
Calm down. I need you to lower your blood
I like how we're behind the studio video. That's great.
just calm down. And the only way you do that is to close your eyes, keep your eyes closed.
You look like you're about to just fall asleep right there.
It's because I think I was sleeping on this.
Don't worry about you're in good hands, I promise you that. Volunteers in the audience that want to participate. Are you ready, sir? I'm watching.
Are you ready, sir? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye.
Captain.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
We're supposed to be reacting to the video, not singing
I know, but it
SpongeBob.
sounds like that's what he was gonna start singing.
Right. You're just still asleep.
Okay?
You're okay? Good.
Sit back in your chair, keep your eyes closed, big, slow, deep breaths in and out.
You could probably fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open up your eyes. When you open up your eyes,
Right here, like where you kind of...
Yeah, right about there.
So we'll do 2136.
eyes and hand lids.
So yeah, we had to like sit, lock our arms,
Right.
and then so you couldn't move your arms, and then you had to like squeeze your eyes as tight as possible, and then after like a certain amount of time, I'm scratching the mic, you couldn't pull apart your hands and you couldn't open your eyes unless he helped you.
Well, I just did it, so...
It was after a certain amount of time he was like talking to you and making you.
Yes.
Everybody ready out here? Here we go. Don't freak out, don't panic.
That's hard.
You're probably going to panic.
Right there, I will go through all the
Panicked a little bit when I couldn't open my eyes.
Yeah.
you here for 30 minutes, you know, wondering what the heck is going on. I promise.
Just me getting a notification when I watched.
All right. Are you ready, sir?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Are you ready now?
My God.
I'm watching you. I got you.
Oh my god, this
Okay,
is just
here we go.
silly.
Arms up. Interlock your hands. Press, press, press. Squeeze them together as tight as possible you can.
Press, press, press.
Close your
Never
eyes.
mind. Nope.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
I ask you to try and open them. Go ahead and use all
Why
your
should I
muscle
do
on your
that?
butt right now. Press, press, press. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Oh, I look
Those hands
kind of
as tight
constipated.
Both in the on-screen footage and what we're seeing right this second.
It's a bit different, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't look as constipated on the one that was on screen, but like, I look constipated in that. I look like I'm struggling to poo.
That's maybe why he says like that does happen, or that has happened.
Just release it. And whoop.
Use your subconscious mind. And I want you to put yourself in your very own
Okay.
Why you didn't like that?
Your peaceful spot. You don't look peaceful right now.
I
Again, you look
was-
constipated.
to kind of shut down.
I was in a peaceful spot though.
That may be on the couch.
Your face is like scrunching up like
That was what we were supposed to do.
At the nail salon, maybe give you a haircut. I don't know.
I was at
You have that spot
heaven. No, I'm just kidding.
that just instantly
I was. Oh, now we're
Just
timed
concentrate. There you go.
perfectly.
right now. What
all the hands on the side of the screen. Loki looks like a horror movie. You know,
Yeah.
where just
The locked hands.
hello.
So what was going through your mind like at this point here?
I was just thinking about my happy place,
What was your happy place? Your bed.
my boyfriend's arms.
Aww. Aww, that's so cute.
I'm not even lying though.
Aww, that's cute.
Of something or someone, and I want you to put that in the forefront of your
Still look constipated, by the way.
mind. Right in the forefront of your mind. Lock your mind around an image, a snapshot, a photograph of something.
A picture.
A picture.
Right now.
Taking
Look at
a
it.
picture.
Look at this photograph.
Oh, I was thinking of the one I saw a dance of it, and it's like
Just nod
taking
your
a
head.
picture of you.
I like how you're nodding your head with like such a scrunch expression. Just
Let go of the pressure of your hands or your eyelids. Keep breathing. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, well, apparently some guy freaked out and almost fell out of his chair.
You got that photograph?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. This will be the first time I see it. So
Pressing, squeezing, tight, 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 just like that.
tight, tight,
Now,
tight.
in a second, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I get to 5, indeed on 5, your eyelids and hands will be permanently stuck, mesh, welded, frozen together.
Mesh, welded,
The
frozen.
harder you try to pull them apart, the more impossible.
He just talks so fast. It was so hard to process all of it.
Locking down, meshing, welding, freezing, even tighter and tighter. 2, hands gluing, nailing, freezing, stuck together. Imagine as if those arms and hands were carved from one solid block of wood.
Probably nailed my hands together actually though.
Piece of ice stuck together.
yeah, he's like while your
Brings
eyes
the
are closed.
nails
Oh yeah. Grrr, grrr.
And I just didn't feel it.
Yeah, and then he just takes like super glue, just puts them over your eyes.
Actually, that's what he just said. He's like, imagine you just got super glue all over your eyes. And
Oh,
I'm like,
well, there you go.
Tighter and tighter on the count of 5, and only the count of 5. You'll try to pull those hands or eyelids apart, permanently stuck, mesh, welded, frozen together.
yeah, I don't know what anybody else did in this, so I can't.
2, meshing, welding, freezing. 3, even tighter and tighter. 4, the more impossible it is. And 5, eyes and hands permanently stuck, mesh, welded, frozen together. Stay right there. You're doing a great job. We'll come to each of you.
Like, I'm literally, you can watch my arms. I can't.
You were like,
I was trying. Like,
you
I
were
was
just, you were
pulling
just,
as hard as I
you
could.
were just
and I
mentally convinced that you couldn't.
I just could not.
Wow. Well, because now he's kind of blocking the shot here, but
Yeah, I don't really want to look at this guy's blood all day, but no.
so what was he saying to you right there? Like, what's he
He's
talking
like, he's like, I'm gonna release your hands, and you're gonna go slump, and you're just gonna just be slumping. I am like
to?
dead.
You just died.
I look like I died. Like actually though,
That looks so funny. Yeah, you're just dead.
I was completely like. He's like, just go slump. My
Just-
body felt
just
like
take a nap.
jello, and I just.
So you just took a nap just thinking about being in your boyfriend's arms,
Yep.
where with your.
It
St.
would have been
John
better
City.
napping in his arm, but anyway.
Well, I don't know anyone who naps like. That's not comfortable for your neck.
No, my neck got sore after too.
Well, I would imagine.
And I just sit here for a little bit. Your hands are still stuck. Oops.
Oopsie.
Oopsie poopsie.
So does he like make you release at some point? Oh, and he's blocking the shot again. Well, the clip on screen, clearly your hands. You look like you literally just fell asleep.
Like then that's kind of what I felt like, to be honest. He just
Well, like everyone who's like on stage around you, like they look like they're still like eyes closed, concentrating. You look like you legitimately just fell asleep. That's
kind of felt
hilarious.
like I did.
So does he do a second one? Like, why don't we kind of jump forward to that one? Like, does he do like
he
a?
kind of says some things about getting cold and like.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of just more the same. Okay, yeah, we'll just let it play.
Like this is where on the screen here is where it's supposed to be getting cold.
But did you feel cold?
A little. It wasn't like
Like, where'd
as
you-
cold as he said it
Like,
was.
you just feel cold all over, like in your chest, face, hands. Like,
It was just kind of like felt like a breeze, and it was supposed to be getting like.
I legitimately just got the chills when you said that.
It was supposed to be
Look at
like
that. Goosebumps.
getting to like -4,
Goosebumps.
but yeah, that's
Hey,
like
bud. Oh.
like our -40.
You're
I'm just having like a little moment,
Well, like when you're like you look like it's like, oh, it's hot in here. I need to like.
and then he like puts my hood up, and I'm just like, bro, what?
He just assaults you. Just hood up.
Going deeper and deeper asleep.
Oh damn! Now you.
Voice, of course, helps to relax the nerves, muscles, and fibers.
You can fast forward a little bit.
Okay. All right, we're gonna jump to
My presence in my stage.
33:14.
+5.
Yeah, this is where it was getting right, kind of.
+5, +10. Oh boy, it's going up pretty fast. +15.
Yeah, he was like, it was getting cold and then it was getting hot, but I kind of felt only like a little cold.
You better get that sweater off right now.
I was not taking my sweater off.
You know what? Your feet are on
Was your sweater like your shirt, or
I had a shirt underneath, but it was like,
don't
I
want to
wanna-
risk it? No,
do I want to take it off? No.
You are sweating everywhere. +35.
you are sweating everywhere.
40.
There's a person in a squid hat.
The squid hat was everyone's favorite.
Find your neighbor. Do what you gotta do. +50, +55, +60, +65, +70.
I don't like that they zoom in on me.
Yes.
We are the star of the show.
+65. You are sweating everywhere. Wait the sweat down.
I was already warm.
Well, yeah. Well, was it? Sorry, what day was this again?
Saturday.
Saturday.
It was windy, but like we were in the
I'm trying
tent,
to think,
so
what
it
was
was.
the temperature on Saturday?
I don't know.
I was inside all day because I was still sick.
It was not, it was pretty warm until it got windy.
Right.
That's the other thing, the Ferris wheel and the wind.
Yeah, but the wind calmed down by the evening. That day.
We still went on at like 8:30 and it was windy.
No, or butt shots.
More what?
Butt shots.
Oh.
Your neck just went. Like it looked like it just like. Wow, that is hilarious.
Had some neck pain after that one.
I could imagine.
Literally, after I finished and I stood up, I almost passed out. Like, I had to sit down for 20 minutes afterwards because I felt so dizzy and so disoriented.
So what's going through your head in this kind of sleepy state?
I was just,
Your mind was just blank, just kind of having a nap.
I was like,
I
okay.
mean, you had to work so many days at the fair. You're just like, you know what? It's nap time.
I got a nap on stage.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I also,
While getting paid to do so. So
it was also really loud.
like the music.
Everything around you
They
was
should have
loud.
they should have toned the music down. Cause like was that the music from the tent or was that like somewhere
That
else?
was the tent. Like,
They
it
should
was,
have turned that down to make the hit.
it was
time.
so loud in there that I also had like a huge headache after.
I can imagine. Well, see, maybe they should have for extra effect. Maybe they should have tried to do like calmer level
Yeah.
of music, but maybe they should have tried to do like that gong music, like that.
Yeah.
Like that probably would have maybe helped.
Volunteers on stage, listen very carefully before we send you back into the audience. We're giving some post-hypnotic suggestions to use in the
Oh, yeah.
crowd.
Some post-hypnotic suggestions.
Yeah. Things to
Okay.
do when we wake up.
Don't poop yourself.
Volunteers on stage, listen very carefully. We talked about this.
Oh, that's me waking up on there.
Yeah.
Show about post-hypnotic suggestions. Most importantly, the power that you have to truly change your life. Now, all of you on stage have something in your life that you could change. You could empower.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is like self-help
Well,
positivity.
no, there was one. He's like, mumble some things to yourself about what you want to change about yourself.
When you
And
start
you're gonna-
mumbling.
You're gonna start implementing them starting tomorrow. And then two, there was like 3 things that we were supposed
Drink
to do before we
caffeine,
left. the
drink
gym.
caffeine, drink caffeine.
No. I don't want to watch me mumble to myself.
I can't wait.
And change in your life. I want you to think about that for a second. And in a moment, I'm going to have you give yourselves any suggestions you would like silently. No one will know what they are. Only
You're not gonna be able to watch during this.
and they will take effect immediately. When you leave
They will take effect immediately. I don't think they have.
Well, what did you? Can you say what you hope for?
back in life,
Eat healthier. Start work like exercising more, and ease my anxiety, or like find ways to ease my anxiety.
That's pretty much what I'm doing now.
here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
They zoom right in. Yes.
Why would they do this to me?
That's what the shot's supposed to be.
These guys
Like,
did me so dirty, guys. No judgment from this video, okay, please.
no one's going to judge you. They're probably gonna be laughing at the fact that I'm so
He's
entertained
having-
by this. I'm having a great time because I wasn't the one hypnotized. I was sick on the couch.
Overcome whatever you're dealing with. All you simply will do is stop what you're doing. Take a deep breath. Relax. Close your eyes.
Relax, close your
And
eyes.
think of your favorite color.
Oh yeah. So basically, what he did was he took those things that you want to change. He said put them deep in your heart, wrap it with your favorite color, and then when you want to implement those things again, or if you want to like remember what you want to do, you're supposed to think of your favorite color.
What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Right.
And then the other thing that you can do is after this, if you want to sleep good, you just say count down from 10 to 1, and in between each one you say sleep. So it's 10 sleep, 9 sleep, while you have your eyes closed and you're laying down. And apparently you're supposed to be asleep by like halfway done through that.
Oh yeah. Sure,
I've never done it yet, so. I don't like that they just zoomed in.
Well, here, why don't we cut to right when you wake up here, because the time is slowly running out here. So we're going to cut to 41:26.
Oh yeah, and the suggestions he gave us were when you sit down, just pretend you're think that you're sitting on a huge tack, and then start yelling at the person beside you and be like, "What are you doing? Why did you put a tack on my seat?" And then
You look shook. You're just like,
I was like, I don't know what's happening.
what?
I had a headache too.
Yeah.
The other two things were before you leave the tent, if anybody asks you your name, you're supposed to give them a fake name. And then the third one was if you see anybody smoking or vaping or anything, you're supposed to tell them to stop and start yelling at them.
Okay, I
actually yelled
like
at
that
Travis. But that was just out of my own free will.
And you walk back to the camera like,
It was like,
you just walk over with such attitude like,
bye. And then I was gonna go sit, and then a kid took my spot.
That is hilarious. Wow. I'm trying to remember what my favorite part was.
Yeah, what's your favorite part, Cullen?
There were several amazing parts of that.
And what was your favorite?
I think I just like the part where you guys were just frozen and then also like when your head just goes like you look like you just snapped a tendon like in your neck. That was funny.
I probably did.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the how effective that was?
Like a 5, maybe. Because it it
better
kind
than
of
0.
worked, but I don't know.
Maybe not exactly what you had hoped for. Well, if
I was
I
kind
would
of
have,
hoping I would just black out, to be honest.
yeah. Well, see, if I would have been there, like just in the audience, all you would have heard is just like laughing in the background, like.
Cullen just cackling from the back.
Oh, I seriously would just be having such a time,
Such a time.
such a time, laughing and all that. Well, that was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I'm glad you did,
That
because
was
that
that
was-
was funny.
That's just embarrassing.
So
for
would
me.
you do it again?
I
Okay,
would-
let's say would you do that type of thing again? But let's say it's like a one-on-one session and it's in like a dim room with dim.
I would do it again.
with
if it was
music.
if it wasn't
Like
in
in
a
like
group.
super duper professional.
If
like-
it wasn't in a group and if it was like a one person, I would try it again.
yeah, they're gonna like make you think of like deep dark
But
secrets.
like I'm
and-
kind of disappointed because he was telling me, he's like, you're gonna run around like Spider-Man and cluck like a chicken. I did nothing like that. So have you watched the video of of him like inviting me to do it? Yeah, he's like, oh, if you want to see her run around like Spider-Man or cluck like a chicken, just come watch. And neither of those happened. So
I have a feeling
you have a feeling.
you were clucking like a chicken, like in your sleep. And maybe that's why you didn't get a lot of sleep last night, because you're just too busy clucking.
I hope not, because I live with 2 people, and that would be really awkward.
I'll text them and be like, hey, did you hear any clucking last night in the house, just randomly? Because I think I might know the root cause.
No.
That was amazing.
No clucking.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was funny.
Would you do it?
Yeah, but I probably would be too busy like laughing the entire time. Because, okay, here's the thing. I think a lot of this stuff is BS. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I think a lot of it is because they convince you that it's effective, and you just get in your own head enough thinking that, oh yeah, my hands are clamped shut. No, they're not. They are not. You are convinced mentally. When you hear the same thing over and over again, and you're in this state of concentration, you just convince yourself, and it's not real. Well, I guess that's the whole point of hypnotism. I think I just described that, but I just think it's a bit overrated.
it was kind of
Sorry.
nice to have a nap on stage, though.
Okay, that part I
It
would
was just
enjoy.
like-
I
I
would
was
just be
just-
like, you know what, I'm just gonna have a free nap.
Just pretty much napped for an hour up there, and it was really nice, you know.
Yeah.
What else should we say about the fair to wrap up our episode today?
The petting zoo.
I didn't get to go.
That's one of my favorite parts. I love animals.
I didn't get to go this year.
There was one year where I had like 3 bunnies in my hands, and I'm like, this is great.
Bunnies.
Seriously, you might think I'm big, tall giant, but I'm a gentle giant. Okay, I had a gentle giant. I seriously,
Oh my God.
love little bunnies. They are adorable, and I had 3 in my hand.
Bunnies are adorable. Actually, the first day at ACC, or not the first day, but like the first week at ACC, they had like the petting zoo outside.
They had a petting zoo. Why did they do that when I was there?
I have a picture of me and Annika with a goat, and Ryan holding a chicken, and someone holding a porcupine, and the other person holding a rabbit. I'm pretty sure I was holding the chicken for the picture. I was holding the chicken, and Annika was holding the bunny, and Ryan had a porcupine.
A porcupine.
A porcupine. Not even kidding.
That would be sharp.
Not if they're tame. It's not as bad.
Yeah.
If they're like tame and they're like not threatened by you, then they're a little pokey, but they're fun.
I wish they would have the petting zoo and it's full of cats and kittens.
I just want to
I would spend
animals.
4 hours there and just
Oh my
be
God,
like,
I love kittens though.
me too.
So the one thing I will complain about with the fair was
Ooh.
you had to wait hours upon hours in lines for rides.
I heard that.
We went on 2 rides out of the entire fair because it was that busy.
So next year should they try and bring in more rides?
Or just like, I don't know, but like
Bring 2 mega drops. Okay, like
bring double of everything.
From your memory, which ride or rides consistently had the longest lines?
Bumper cars, because we were in that line for half an hour and we didn't even move.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like at the back of the line type.
Yeah.
type
Like
thing.
it was a long line and we were in there for half an hour and didn't even move.
Damn.
Ferris wheel had a long line, but it was going fast, the Ferris wheel line.
Yeah, Ferris wheels. Yeah, that's always kind
But
of
they
a popular
all
one.
had like consistently long lines.
Was there anything that didn't have a long line?
No.
Jeez.
And all the games are rigged.
Yes, they are. They are so rigged. They're so fun.
All I wanted was a purple dinosaur. You know what I found out after the fair? No. You know what I found out from one of my friends after the fair?
What?
You could just buy them for $30.
Huh?
Instead of playing for them, you could just buy them for $30.
You're kidding.
Not even kidding. I was like,
'Kay.
because she was trying to win something, and he's like, or you could pay $30 and just have it. And I was like, so you're telling me I could have bought the purple dinosaur for $30 and I would have been happy as a camper?
Rigged, I tell you. If you don't believe this stuff is rigged or you haven't found out that this is rigged, it's rigged.
Yeah, you'll learn.
Okay? There are so many years I went and I saw like a toy that I wanted. And I was like, I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it. Oh, yeah. You have to spend like $40 to even have a sliver of a chance.
Yeah, and you
to
could
get
just
it.
buy them for $30.
And you could just buy them. You could probably find them on some knockoff website too.
Yeah,
probably.
I just want a purple dinosaur because they were really cool. And the only one that is not
wow.
super rigged and that wins every time is the balloon one, right?
Yeah.
But this friend that I have, she was trying to win one of the bigger prizes, and you have to have 3 wins. It would have ended up costing her a lot because you need to buy 3 darts each time.
Yeah.
And he's like, or you could just buy it for $30 because she's like, how many wins do I need to get that? He's like 3, or you could just buy it for $30. And she's like, okay, and slides $30 over to him, and boom.
So $30 for like roughly how big was
The dinosaur it wasn't like the biggest one, but it was the second biggest one. It was like the large one you can get.
like roughly give me a parameter.
Maybe like,
$30 for that?
but it's the large one. It's not the extra large one's probably 50 or something like that. Anyway.
Money. They're just taking the money out.
Yeah, well, the fair's
out,
expensive, so.
out. Remember when like carnivals used to be like, a fun, cheap alternative, until gradually they just started.
I hate that sound. Stop it.
Okay. Seeping money out
I know.
of your pockets.
But everything's getting expensive
How did we go?
nowadays, so.
Okay, sorry. This episode went from like us like being like positive about the fair,
Fair.
and then
And
now
we're
we're so negatively cynical about it. It's just like, oh, these hypnotisms, they're not that. It's expensive. They're rigging the games, and there's
Yeah.
long lines and blah 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 blah.
That was like my one complaint, though. So it was just we only could do 2
Yeah.
rides.
Get out the bad vibes. Only good vibes at the fair.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was safety? Like, was it pretty safe at the fair?
Yeah, just super windy.
I heard a rumor that someone got bear maced.
Actually, no, it's funny. When we left on Saturday night, we went and got in his car, and the paramedics were showing up.
Maybe that was that.
Might not be wrong. We didn't see anything while we were there, but when we left and we got in his car, the paramedics literally drove right behind us.
Damn.
Like we were like, oh, like what's going on?
You know, I remember last year when I went to film. You know, I'm coming through with.
You got famous?
Yeah, I did. No, because last year I came through with our big camera bag and a tripod. The security started getting like nervous when like looking at me, and they're just giving me like these looks because I'm coming through with these giant bags filled with Lord knows what in their opinion. So again, to try and like ease that, they're like, so we're gonna have to like search your bags. I'm like, sure, open the bags. There's this in here. Like I tried to like be like, yeah, this is in here. Like trying to make it like, okay, I'm not
You're
some
not
person.
gonna
I'm not
shoot
gonna
up
bring
the
weapons
fair?
in here. Yeah,
Actually,
make myself less suspicious.
They didn't search our bags this year.
They didn't search your bags?
No, like for WCGTV. For like regular bags, they did.
They searched me last year.
But like, no, I cut the entire line and went past the ticket booth, and me and Carson just go to like the big brown tent where they do the bag search, and I had the bags on my shoulders, and he had his bag. I flashed my WCGTV, and they're like, okay, and they just let us go through.
I mean, yeah, I get like
Didn't even take us
our
through the metal
official
detector or
staff,
anything, but I didn't even have to use the ticket that Sean gave us, actually.
So what you're saying is like you could have snuck something illicit in there. And
Oh,
they
I
would
could have
had no
easily.
idea.
Easily. Especially if I came in with camera bags, they trusted us. Which is, it's kind of scary to think about.
They have maybe a little too much trust.
I didn't bring anything bad, but like, who's to say that if I got away with it, like if somebody saw me go in with the camera bags, then somebody took that. But like, if you're a regular.
Did you or did you not bring in something bad?
I did not. I did not. I left everything bad at home.
That's the moral of the story, kids. Do not bring anything bad to fairs. Leave your vapes at home. Leave any weapons, anything bad at home, because the fair is meant to be a fun place where people.
You'd be surprised how many vapes were there, actually, though. I'm pretty sure people just started letting them in.
It's an outdoor space, but the fair is meant to be a positive place.
Yeah.
Don't be that person and ruin it for everyone, especially if there's potentially bear macing happening at the fair. Don't be that person.
You also got to remember, there's little kids around.
Yeah, little kids that want to make fun childhood memories.
Yeah.
And
Don't ruin that.
Don't ruin that, because you only get one childhood. Okay?
And no matter how old you are, you can always have fun at the fair.
True.
I think that's a good way to wrap up our
That's a good
episode.
way to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching
Yeah.
this episode of Casey Chronicles. I've given up on what number we
Yeah,
are
I
on
don't
because
even
we were doing good until I screwed up the numbers and I got the episode numbers wrong that one time. So
Yep.
now I'm like, you know what?
We're just not going to name number anymore.
When we get close to like 25 and 50 and 100,
We'll say something.
I'll keep track of milestones, right? So stay tuned for next episode
Where we
we
talk
are going to
about-
talk about the apocalypse
And the world ending and
the world
all
ending.
that stuff.
And I'm not going to give away any spoilers or details, but we have a special episode of Casey Chronicles planned in the future.
Yes.
It's going to be a special episode. It's going to be
It's going to be so good.
it's going to be a longer episode.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
But you guys are going to enjoy
But
it.
we're not going to give anything about away about that.
It
but
may be
stay
longer, but
tuned.
you will enjoy it.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
thank you very much for watching this episode of the Casey Chronicles. If you or someone you know is interested in doing a podcast with us or here in house at WCGTV, you can email us at wcgtv@westmancom.com. You can send us an email, and we will try and get back to you as soon as we can.
Or some fan mail, you know.
Or
We
some
would-
fan
we would
mail.
love some fan mail.
Please send us fan mail. We would love to
Please.
read some on an episode.
That'd be so fun. As long as it's not like slander or something.
Actually, I would like to read that, but maybe off camera because
Yeah.
I'd probably laugh. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. And from Kenzie and Colin, bye for now.